So there are some very important principles which we can find in these purports of Srila Prabhupada. In these dealings between Brahma and Kardama Muni, some very prime, important principles which are so essential that one cannot make progress in spiritual life without following these principles. So they are explained here. See how Brahma is saying. This is very interesting. He is saying, sons ought to render service to their father exactly to this extent. So there are two words which are used here. Prabhupada is saying, Brahmaji is not just saying about son, he is also saying about spiritual master. Pitari and Guru. Father and the spiritual master. Of course, father has to be in line with Krishna consciousness, not like Hiranyakashipu. And even spiritual master, he has to be aligned in Krishna consciousness, not like that Shukracharya who ordered or who gave instructions to Bali Maharaj to reject giving alms to Lord Vishnu. In turn, Bali Maharaj rejected his spiritual master. Similarly, son Prahlad Maharaj rejected the offer of his father that he should accept him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and not Narayana, not the Supreme Lord. So, Pitari and Guru, if they are bona fide and favorable in Krishna consciousness, then they must be obeyed the way Kashyapa Muni has obeyed Brahma. Both, in this case, he is his father and he is also his spiritual master. So, sometimes father may be different and spiritual master may be different. And spiritual master is also the father, and actually he is the real father. Because Vedic literature points out, everybody has got father and mother, material father and mother. Even cats and dogs have got. So there is nothing very great to be father and mother. And the Vedic literature also points out, better don't become father and mother if you cannot liberate your son, your children. Better don't become. So it's not great to be father or mother. It's great to be father or mother who takes the responsibility of their children to deliver them. So in that sense, our first birth is like Shudra birth. Real birth, it is called Dvija. When the spiritual master initiates us in Krishna consciousness, that is called second birth or the real birth. That is very rare. To be born of father and mother, everybody is born of father and mother. That is not something very great. But to be initiated by a bona fide spiritual master to take second birth, that is very rare. That is great. So, this is how it should be followed. Prabhupada is explaining how one should accept the order of the spiritual master or of father. Yes, sir. You see, this is how it is. That is how Brahma is saying. He is using the word badhamiti, accepting. yes sir, I will do it. What does it mean? So Prabhupada is saying there are two things which it means. One, without hesitation. Hesitation means doubtful. Doubtful whether this order is proper for me or not, or improper for me. This order will give me success in life or not success in life. So hesitation. Or argument, thinking I know better than my Guru. Then he argues, how it can be like this? I think this is better, do like this. I think I should do like this. Argument. So without hesitation and without argument, the order of the spiritual master should be accepted. So, Prabhupada is saying, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has elaborated this, how one should accept the order of the spiritual master. So he gives a very wonderful example. He says, order of the spiritual master is the life and soul of the disciple. A man cannot separate his life from his body. If you separate life from the body, it is useless. Body has no meaning. Correct? When the soul is present in the body, it is meaningful. When the soul is absent from the body, it is meaningless. It is useless. Nobody cares for that body. Similarly, for a disciple, the order of the spiritual master is like this. His life means the order of the spiritual master. If you separate the order of the spiritual master from the disciple, if he does not carry it out, does not bother about it, then he is as good as dead. Meaningless, useless life. That is how Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has explained how one should carry out the order of the spiritual master. You know what the word he uses? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has very nicely given an explanation of what is the meaning of Ekeha Kuru Nandana. What is the meaning of Vyavasayatmika Buddhi? One pointed attention. What is the meaning of that? So he explains, this means to execute the order of the spiritual master without deviation, considering it to be life and soul. That is the meaning. In fact, in one of the shlokas in Bhagavad Gita, like this, Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, there is another very interesting verse where Prabhupada explains this principle of order of spiritual master. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Chetasah sarva karmani. In all activities, be conscious of me. This is very interesting instructions by Krishna. Sometimes what happens, we are not conscious of the Lord. We carry out our activities without being conscious of the Lord. Actually, why in prasadam time, when we eat prasadam, when we honor prasadam, why do we chant that mantra, Maha Prasade Govinde? So that we are conscious of the Lord. We are conscious of the mercy of the Lord. We are not eating some mundane food. It is mercy of the Lord. So, while eating, while sleeping, any activities we are doing, we should be conscious of the Lord. Chetsaha sarva karmani. Be very conscious of me in all your activities. Sarva karmani, in all activities. Mai sanyasya mat paraha. Everything should be done for my sake, renounced for my sake. Mai sanyasya mat paraha. Buddhi yogam upashritya mat chittaha satatam bhava. So Prabhupada very nicely translates this. In all activities, just depend upon me. What is the meaning of being conscious of the Lord? When we say in all our activities we should be conscious of the Lord, in all activities we should depend on the Lord. Work always under my protection. Don't go out of my protection. That means whatever orders I have given, whatever instructions I have given, just work under that framework. Then you are protected. So can somebody explain what does it mean to be conscious of Krishna while doing our activity? Depend on the Lord while doing our activity, then work under the protection of the Lord, in the framework of the instructions of the Lord. In purport, Prabhupada explains this. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me, not partial consciousness of Krishna. We have to be fully conscious of Krishna. And then Prabhupada explains this very wonderfully in the purport. So we saw Krishna is saying, in all activities be conscious of me. And Prabhupada is explaining how to be conscious of Krishna. Depend on Krishna. Prabhupada translates that. Depend on Krishna in all activities. And be under the instructions of Krishna. Be under the protection of Krishna under all activities, whatever we are doing. Correct? So can somebody try to explain how does a devotee, by what understanding a devotee depends on Krishna in all activities? So Prabhupada gives a very wonderful example. What is the understanding of a devotee while doing his activities, which makes him dependent on Krishna? Child carrying out, that is good to some extent, no doubt, but there is something more wonderful example which Prabhupada gives. Servant carrying out the orders of the master. That is the position of a servant. Servant means he has to carry out the orders of the master. Actually, if we work under these instructions and with this understanding, devotee will not be in anxiety. Prabhupada explains this very beautifully in the purport. When one acts in Krishna consciousness, he does not act as the master of the world. When we are doing activity in Krishna consciousness, we are not thinking I am the master. Just like a servant, one should act fully under the direction of the Supreme Lord. Just like the servant acts under the direction of the master, similarly, as a servant, we should act under the direction of the Supreme Lord. Servant has no individual independence. He has no such independence. See, this is the meaning of dependence. When Prabhupada is saying, when Krishna is saying, in all your activities depend on me, what does it mean? Just like the servant has no independence, he has given his independence to his master. Likewise, we have to follow. He acts only on the order of the master. And what will be the result of that? That also Prabhupada explains. Servant acting on behalf of the Supreme Master is unaffected by profit and loss. You see, the most important thing is, he is completely unaffected by profit and loss. His only work is to just carry out the order. He is not concerned, he is not bothered, he is not affected by loss or profit, because that doesn't belong to him. That is not his consideration. That is the consideration of the master. Actually, if all of us work with this understanding, then actually devotees have no anxiety. Suppose now we have a big project at hand, and if we start thinking, I am the master, I am the doer, then all anxieties are ours. And if we simply stick to the understanding, Krishna is the master, I am simply a servant, but as a servant faithfully executing our duties, no leniency in carrying out the duty. That taking, not getting affected does not mean taking no anxiety. No, for carrying out the instruction of the master we have to take anxiety, but no anxiety for profit and loss. Anxiety for carrying out the instructions, but no anxiety for what comes. That is up to the Lord. Temple comes up in few months, temple does not come up in a year. That is not our anxiety. Our anxiety is faithfully carrying out the orders of the spiritual master, carrying out the order of the Supreme Lord. Okay. Then Prabhupada explains very nicely. He simply discharges his duty faithfully in terms of the order of the Lord. Now, one may argue, Arjuna was acting under the personal direction of Krishna, but when Krishna is not present, how one should act? So Krishna is saying, always depend on me in all your activities. And then Prabhupada is explaining what does it mean. It means to carry out the orders of Krishna like a servant. That is the meaning of dependence. So one may argue, okay, Arjuna acted like that because Krishna was present. Now how to do? How to carry out Krishna's instruction now? Krishna is not personally present. So this is very important. Prabhupada is explaining. One acts according to the direction of Krishna in this book, Bhagavad Gita, as well as under the guidance of the representative of Krishna, the result will be the same. Representative of Krishna, the order of Krishna is coming down through the disciplic succession, and the same order which Krishna gave to Arjuna is being handed over to all of us in Guru Parampara by the bona fide spiritual master. There is exactly no difference. And then Prabhupada is explaining something much more wonderful. Prabhupada is saying, one should not think, let me act independently in whatever way I want, result I will offer to Krishna. And that is also meaning of depending on Krishna in all activity. No. Prabhupada says, one should however note, after doing something whimsically, he should not offer the result to the Supreme Lord. Whimsically we act. We do our own activity and then we think I will offer it to the Lord. No, that is not dependence on Krishna. act on the order of Krishna, and the result also belongs to Krishna. Right? Krishna ordered Arjuna, you fight. On that order one should act. That sort of duty is not in devotional service, that we act whimsically and then think that I am Krishna conscious. No. One should act according to the order of Krishna. This is very important point. Prabhupada is saying in the purport, this is very important point. That order of Krishna comes through disciplic succession from bona fide spiritual master. And then Prabhupada is giving the conclusion. So what does it mean? Order is coming. Krishna's order is coming through bona fide parampara, through the spiritual master. It is being handed over to us. So what should we do? Therefore, spiritual master's order should be taken as prime duty of life. Most important duty of life, prime duty of life, it should be taken. If one gets a bona fide spiritual master and acts according to his direction, one's perfection of life in Krishna consciousness is guaranteed. It is a guarantee if we simply follow the instructions. So, two very important things Prabhupada says. In another place he says, following the order is the only duty, and faithful execution of that order is the secret of success. So, our duty, we are duty bound. As a duty, the disciple is, we have to follow the orders of spiritual master, and when we try to faithfully execute it, that is the secret of success, of advancement in spiritual life. In our earlier class, we were discussing about how Prabhupada took lot of pains, lot of penance, lot of austerities to carry out the orders of his spiritual master, right? Practically in the beginning there was no success. When Prabhupada tried in India, so many different obstacles Prabhupada had to face. Even to go to America, how difficult, Prabhupada says, with so much difficulty I got out of this country. After getting out also, it was not an easy journey for Prabhupada. His personal health, how much Prabhupada suffered, isn't it? So one may wonder how it is possible to take so much risk, isn't it? How it is possible? Why Prahlad Maharaj took so much risk upon himself? He is saying, Krishna, better I stay back in this material world. Yes, anytime I can come back to the spiritual world. Let me remain here and send people who are averse to you. Why a devotee is ready to take all kind of risk? Prabhupada says it is out of intense love for Krishna. Intense love. When somebody loves somebody very intensely, he is ready to take any risk. And that is how a disciple takes all kinds of risk for his spiritual master's instruction. So Prabhupada says, it is natural for those who have developed intense love for Krishna not to care for personal inconveniences and impediments. They don't care for personal inconveniences and impediments because they have developed intense love for Krishna. There is another very interesting instructions from Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered him to live a very renounced life. Right? We find Raghunath Das, when he showed renunciation, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appreciated him so much. Earlier he used to beg. Earlier he used to have the money of his parents, distribute it and take prasadam from that. Later on he left that. He would beg alms near Simhadwara in Jagannath Puri. Later on he left that also. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he heard that, he was very satisfied, he was very happy seeing this renunciation. And he was only eating whatever would come out from the kitchen, washed prasadam from the kitchen. He would wash that and he would partake. Later on, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered him to go to Vrindavan, and severe austerity he practiced, chanting the holy names of the Lord, offering dandavats, some particular number of times. So lot of rules and regulation he used to follow in his devotional service. But for Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered, you go and preach Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada explains there something very wonderful, very nicely, that for the different disciples, the spiritual master gives special or different instructions according to what he thinks he can carry out best. And that should be the prime duty of the disciple, to carry out those instructions. He should have no other anxiety. So very nicely Prabhupada explains, there need be no anxiety over attaining perfection. Sometimes we are very anxious, no? I want to go back to Godhead, I want to go back to Godhead. Right? I want to see Krishna in this lifetime. We are very anxious. So Prabhupada is saying, no need of being anxiety over attaining perfection. Sometimes we feel whether I am going to attain perfection in this life or not, I am not going to attain. So Prabhupada is saying, devotee need not be in that anxiety. Why? Because if one follows the instructions given by spiritual master, he is sure to attain perfection. So don't be in anxiety. Anxiety should be how I can just follow the instructions given by my spiritual master. If I can follow them, try to even follow them. Even if you are not able to follow, just try to follow them. He should understand his success is guaranteed. Whether he is successful in preaching, people are coming, not coming, that is immaterial. If one just try to execute the order of his spiritual master faithfully, his success is guaranteed. So Prabhupada further says, our only concern, so no anxiety for perfection, but concern is there. What is the concern? Only concern is how to execute the order of the spiritual master. That should be the only concern of the disciple. How to execute the order of my spiritual master. Further Prabhupada will say, actually devotee should just meditate on how to execute the order of my spiritual master. We meditate on so many things. How to gratify our senses, how to do this, how to do that. We should actually keep meditating on how to execute the orders given by my spiritual master. That should be the meditation. The example is the sons of Prachin Barhi. They were always meditating on the order given by Lord Shiva, the 10 sons. And they attained perfection. In that Prabhupada says that a disciple, he should always meditate on the order of the spiritual master, how to execute them. So, spiritual master is expert in giving special instructions to each of his disciple. And if the disciple executes the order of the spiritual master, that is the way of perfection. He is expert. Just like if you see Prabhupada, to one of his disciples, Yadubara, he said, never put down your camera. That is the instruction he gave him. So he saw that this disciple, he was very good in making, and many of his disciples, you can see wonderful pictures of Krishna they have painted. And Prabhupada said, this is your duty, this is what you should do. So some disciples, they were going out for preaching, some disciples were going out for book distribution. And when Prabhupada saw that this is the ability he can utilize for Krishna, he said, this is what you should do. Isn't it? So, in regards to Raghunath Das Goswami and giving instructions to Rupa and Sanatana about preaching, Prabhupada very nicely, wonderfully explains. The principle of very rigidly carrying out the order of the spiritual master must be observed. The spiritual master gives different order to different people. For example, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami to preach. He ordered Raghunath Das Goswami to strictly follow rules and regulation of renounced order. All 6 Goswamis strictly followed the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the principle for progress in devotional service. After receiving an order from the spiritual master, one must strictly try to execute the order. That is the way to success. So, then one may wonder, okay, Prabhupada gave Yaduvara the order, direct order. Yes, you don't put down your camera, you just do this. Some devotees, he encouraged them to be nice, doing kirtan and go on. Lokanath Maharaj, he told, just do Padayatra and keep making people Krishna conscious in town and villages, you go on. And Prabhupada very much appreciated when he was doing that. So we may wonder, what about us? Prabhupada is no more there, isn't it? We may wonder. But actually the system, as we are seeing, just like the order of the spiritual master comes down in the parampara, it is not that Prabhupada is not current. He is our current link. He made certain system, isn't it? Just like even till today, we can get initiated by Prabhupada directly, by the system he made. So similarly, the instructions of Srila Prabhupada, order of Srila Prabhupada is coming through the institution. Earlier he gave directly, later on through the institution. When somebody approached Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what should I do? What should be my duty? He said, you just contact your temple president. You see? So, there is no difference. One should understand. Prabhupada is saying, at one place Prabhupada says, the duties carried out in Krishna consciousness should be understood directly given by the Supreme Lord. He should think. Directly given by the Supreme Lord, and he should carry out like that. So, I'll just read that portion which we discussed about how one should meditate on the orders of spiritual master. When all the sons of Prachina Barhi left home to execute austerities, they met Lord Shiva, who out of great mercy instructed them about the absolute truth. All the sons meditated upon the instruction, chanting and worshipping them with great care and attention. See? They meditated with great care and attention upon the instruction they received from Lord Shiva. So in that purport, Prabhupada explains, Lord Shiva became the spiritual master of the 10 sons, and in turn his disciples took his word so seriously simply by meditating upon his instruction, dhyayantaha, they became perfect. This is the secret of success. After being initiated and receiving the orders of the spiritual master, the disciple should unhesitatingly think about the instruction or orders of the spiritual master and should not allow himself to be disturbed by anything else. Next, Prabhupada says, not only he should meditate, what else he should do? Not only should he meditate upon that order, he should find out the means by which he can perfectly worship and execute those orders. He has to find out means. Just like in today's purport, we are saying there should be no instance where a son or a disciple should say that I cannot carry this out. No instance should be there where a disciple says I cannot carry it out or I cannot do it. So argument or hesitatingly, he should never do. Prabhupada says if he does that, he is a fallen disciple. So this is what we can see, such an important principles Prabhupada is bringing about in these purports. So further we will see when we go to the next. Maybe in one of the classes we will discuss about, if it continues in the same way, about how Prabhupada explains ISKCON was successful, Gaudiya Math failed. Probably if we have time, otherwise maybe I'll just highlight little bit about that, few minutes. It's very interesting. And actually the same thing we can see. That group, even though it may be small, which will try to carry out the instructions of the spiritual master totally, they will be successful in long run. Prabhupada had to struggle in the beginning, even to establish one center in America. But later on we can see how Krishna consciousness spread like wildfire everywhere. So with that regard, Prabhupada explained, one branch of the spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, they were only busy dividing his property. But another branch tried seriously to execute the orders of the spiritual master, and that is the success we can see. So I'll just read that, very interesting. Disagreement among the disciples of one Acharya is also found among the members of Gaudiya Math. In the beginning, during the presence of Vishnupad, Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya, Ashtottarsha Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada, all the disciples worked in agreement. Same thing we can see in ISKCON also. When Prabhupada was there, everybody worked under him, worked in agreement, right? But just after his disappearance, they disagreed. One party strictly followed the instructions of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Another group created their own concoction about executing his desires. Own concoctions. Not accepting the words of the spiritual master. Therefore, we do not belong to any faction. But because the two parties busy dividing the material assets of Gaudiya Math, they stopped the protection of the predecessor Acharya, we find our humble attempt has been successful. See? We followed the principle explained by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary on Bhagavad Gita, Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekehe kuru nandana. And this is coming in Chaitanya Charitamrita purport. This is from the purport of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhupada is explaining. According to this instruction of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, it is the duty of a disciple to follow strictly the orders of his spiritual master. The secret of success in advancement in spiritual life is firm faith of the disciple on the orders of his spiritual master. Next, Prabhupada explains. The Krishna consciousness movement is being propagated according to this principle, and therefore our preaching work is going on successfully in spite of so many impediment offered by antagonist demons, because we are getting positive help from previous Acharya. One must judge everything by result. The member of self-appointed Acharya, that party who occupied the property of Gaudiya Math are satisfied, but they could not make progress in preaching. Therefore, by the result of their action, one should know they are asara, useless. Whereas success of ISKCON party, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, which strictly follows Guru and Gauranga, is increasing daily all over the world. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted to print as many books as possible and distribute them all over the world. We have tried our best in this connection and we are getting results beyond our expectations. You see. Then one more small portion is there, where Chaitanya Charitamrita talks about Advaita Acharya's followers. Some of them agreed to follow and some of them deviated. In that also Prabhupada points out. At first, all the followers of Advaita Acharya shared a single opinion. Later, they followed two different opinions as ordained by providence. This is a translation of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Some of the disciples strictly accepted the orders of the Acharya and others deviated, independently concocting their own opinion under the spell of Maya. The order of the, and then this is also from the translation. The order of the spiritual master is the active principle in spiritual life. The order of, this is Chaitanya Charitamrita directly saying, the order of the spiritual master is the active principle in spiritual life. Anyone who disobeys the order of the spiritual master immediately becomes useless. So in the purport, Prabhupada is saying, the word Devera Karana indicates by providence or by God's will, followers of Advaita Acharya divided into two parties. Such disagreement among the disciples of one Acharya is found among the members of Gaudiya Math. So, in that Prabhupada is saying, one party strictly followed the instruction of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, another group created their own concoction about executing his desires. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, at the time of his departure, requested his disciple form a governing body and conduct missionary activities cooperatively. He did not instruct a particular man to become the next Acharya. But just after his passing away, his leading secretaries made plan without authority to occupy the post of Acharya. And actually, exactly the same thing has happened in ISKCON also. Prabhupada made a GBC and he wanted just the preaching work to go on, keeping Srila Prabhupada in the center of the Acharya. Right? But immediately after Prabhupada's disappearance, same thing has happened. And they split in two factions over who will be the next Acharya. Consequently, both factions were asar, useless, because they had no authority, having disobeyed the order of the spiritual master. Despite the spiritual master order to form a governing body and execute the missionary activity of Gaudiya Math, the two unauthorized factions began litigation, and it is still going on after 40 years with no decision. The members of the self-appointed Acharya party who occupied the property of Gaudiya Math are satisfied, but they cannot do preaching work. So, finally Prabhupada explains, when disciples do not stick to the principle of accepting the order of their spiritual master, immediately there are two opinions. Two opinions come when actually we do not stick to following the orders of the spiritual master. That is deviation. Any opinion different from the opinion of spiritual master is useless. One cannot infiltrate materially concocted ideas into spiritual advancement. That is deviation. There is no scope of adjusting spiritual advancement to material ideas. Person who follows strictly the order of spiritual master are useful in executing the will of the Supreme, whereas persons who deviate from the strict order of spiritual master are useless. So we'll stop with this. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की